Hello and welcome to the morning sports briefing here on Saturday, the 21st of November. And we have a packed show for you today. We've got in the cricket, and New Zealand A have been taking on the West Indies in the America's Cup. We've got a new boat on the water. Updates for you on the Rugby World Cup draw for the Rugby World Cup 2021, which is the women's event in New Zealand next year, as well as we've had our first Mitre 10 Cup semi-final last night. A great in bowls has also announced her retirement. The 18 in 18 in the basketball continued last night with Auckland Dream against Canterbury Wildcats. In the golf, we've got the Joburg Open happening down in South Africa. We've also got Premiership football and Premiership hockey on this weekend. We've also the free skiers have been in action over in Europe in the first event of the season there. And we also have an update for you on UFC 257 that will be happening in January. MMA action there as well for you. So this is the best way to start the day up to speed with all of the important sports news here on New Zealand Sports Radio. And I'm Paul. I'll be your host today. In the cricket then, and the New Zealand A had a very good opening day, declaring on 308, led by Rachin Ravindra with his 112 there. They managed to reduce the West Indies to 17 for 1 with Blair Tickner getting the wicket before the close of play. So a really good first day there for the New Zealand A, and particularly for Rachin Ravindra as he makes a bid for his full Black Caps place. Over in the America's Cup, and Team New Zealand got their boat, their second boat on the water yesterday, and also managed to get it up on foils under sail, which was the team described the debut as adequate, but Peter Burling said he actually exceeded expectations and was very happy after their 6.5 hours on the water there. We've also had Luna Rosa and also the British team were also on the water yesterday. The British team finding it hard to get up onto their foils in light winds, but Luna Rosa doing it comfortably. So two teams there, the British team clearly with a lot of work still to do ahead of the regattas that are coming up. Over in the rugby, and yesterday morning we had the Rugby World Cup draw for the Rugby World Cup 2021 here in New Zealand, which is the women's event. In that one, New Zealand got selected with Australia, Wales, and the number one, the winner of the qualifier tournament. There's still some qualification that's still to go. In Pool B, we had Canada, the USA, Europe 1, and Asia 1 in there. Asia 1 expected to probably be Japan. Europe 1, well, there's a whole host of teams there. Ireland, Scotland, Italy, Spain, all haven't qualified yet into that one. And then in Pool C, England, France, South Africa, and Fiji. So some good pair-ups in all of those. Obviously, Australia, the Black Ferns versus the Wallaroos, Canada versus the USA, and England versus France, all blockbuster matchups, pairings there. For the first time, the Rugby World Cup 2021 will have, or the Women's Rugby World Cup will have quarter-finals from those three pools. Over in the Mitre 10 Cup, and Otago hosted Northland yesterday, and Northland came out on top in that one. And I've just realised I didn't write the score down in my notes yesterday, but they got out to a good start, only to pick up a yellow card, and for Otago to peg it back to have a 2-point lead, 12-10 at half-time. Start of the second half, though, Northland got the first two scores to take a 12-18 lead, only for Otago again to get back into the lead, 19-18 by just that single point just after the hour mark. But two scores from the Taniwha managed. They finished at 19-32 to win that one. And they will wait now to see who they face after Hawke's Bay host Taranaki. If Taranaki win, then Northland get to host. If not, Northland will be travelling down to face Hawke's Bay. Also today, Auckland versus Waikato at Eden Park is the first game. That's at 2 p.m. I'll be there, so keep an eye on our Facebook page for post-match interviews from that game. And then also Tasman versus Bay of Plenty. Don't forget, we also have, as the build-up to for that Women's Rugby World Cup next year, the Black Ferns playing the New Zealand Barbarians. Again, that's a double header with the Tasman semi-finals. So get on down to that for some wonderful action down there in Tasman. On to bowls then, and yes, an absolute great has decided to retire. Joe Edwards, who has been capped 600 and how many times was it again? It's a lot, but over 600 times for the Blackjacks. She also 646 times. She also won the was world champion twice, as well as picking up 3 other medals at World Championships, and also won 3 Commonwealth gold medals, as well as being the 6-time World Cup singles title holder. Fantastic record that she has. She is one of the greatest bowlers of all time for New Zealand, and she was aiming for the 2020 World Cup this year, but clearly that got cancelled or postponed due to coronavirus. And with the uncertainty for 2021, she decided that it was time for her to retire at 50. So yeah, a very long and successful career for Jo. Congratulations, and yeah, hopefully she'll stay involved in bowls and enjoy playing recreationally in retirement. Over in the basketball, and we had our second game of the 18 in 18. In the opening one, we had that close win with the Dream over the Wizards, and they backed up again to play on back-to-back nights against the Wildcats. A more comfortable win last night, 51-66, so a 15-point victory there for the Auckland Dream. The perfect start for them with 2 wins there. The Wildcats back up and play tonight against the Swish, and that game tips off at 7:30 p.m. So catch that one this evening. I say Wildcats looking for a better performance against the Swish. Let's remember the Auckland Dream are one of the favourites to win the competition overall after winning the 3x3 competition last weekend. Over in the golf now, and we have 2 South Africans at the top of the table. Jacques Spillel leads currently at 13 under, and followed by his countryman Navar, just 1 shot behind at 12 under. The second round has been suspended, with some players still to complete their rounds. We've got Hansen and Cockrell, both on 10 under, so three shots behind the leader. Hansen still has only gone through the 16th hole, so he's still got a couple more holes to play there. Into the Hockey Premiership, and the men's today, we have 2 games, the Tridents versus the Falcons and the Mavericks versus the Alpiners. The Tridents versus Falcons at 12 p.m, the Mavericks versus the Alpiners at 2 p.m. So if you're in Hamilton, get along to those games. I'm sure they'll be absolute crackers. I am looking to get along to some games this season, and we'll bring you results from those 2 matches tomorrow morning on the morning sports briefing, which comes to you at 7 a.m. every single morning. This weekend, we also have football action in the New Zealand Premiership. On the men's side, today it's Wellington versus Hawke's Bay United, and Waitakere United versus Wellington Phoenix. The first game there is at 1 p.m, the second game at 2 p.m, so get along to those. And we also have 2 more games on Sunday, Hamilton Wanderers versus Auckland City, and Eastern Suburbs versus Canterbury United. Over on the women's side of things, and also two games today with Capital Football taking on Y-Bop Football at 11:30, and at 2 o'clock Canterbury United Pride versus Central Football. Tomorrow we'll see Northern Lights taking on Auckland Football, with Southern United having the bye in that one. And so all results from the Premiership Hockey and Premiership Football will bring you that tomorrow. Over in the skiing and free skiers, Ben Barkley and Luca Harrington kicked off their season over in Austria. It really was a tough start for the two of them. Ben Barkley finished 45th in the qualifiers. Luca Harrington doing slightly better on 38th in that one. And as I say, a tough start for them. Neither of them made the finals, but we wish them good luck in the rest of their season. Over in MMA and in UFC 257, that's going to take place on the 23rd of January. It's been confirmed that Conor McGregor will return to the ring after his third retirement back in June. He will be fighting Dustin Poirier in that one. It's the second fight between these two. Dana White, the UFC president, was bullish and hoping that fans would be allowed. Looks like it's going to be on White Island again. He's hoping for an international crowd there for that one. That's the fight set up now for January in that one. You have now started the best way up to speed with all of the important sports news, as Stephen says on the old live chat there. It was needed to listen to Boa around the predictions for last night, with Northland beating Otago there. As a comfortable victory in the end, but it was to and fro all the way, closer than perhaps the scoreline suggests in that one. And Stephen will be hoping that Taranaki beat Hawke's Bay so that Northland can host a home final up there. That's the first time Northland have won a semi-final game. So congratulations to them, making history up there for the Taniwha. Hope you're all having a wonderful start to your weekend. As I say, I will be at Auckland versus Waikato in the Mitre 10 Cup semi-finals. But whatever sport you're watching this weekend, hope you enjoy it, and catch you all tomorrow at 7